Do you know the first brain surgery in human history began with a single, impossible decision? Now picture this. A young boy is fading fast. His head is swelling. A healer picks up a sharp stone and makes one careful cut. Everyone watches in fear, until the boy suddenly starts breathing normally again. What happened next will change everything you thought you knew about ancient medicine. Like if this amazed you, subscribe for more. Thousands of years ago, long before hospitals, long before medicine as we know it, people faced life and death every single day. Disease, injuries, and accidents were constant threats. Survival wasn't guaranteed. But in the midst of this harsh world, some of these ancient humans attempted something extraordinary. They opened a person's skull, a procedure called trepanation. Why? To relieve pressure, to heal injuries, or maybe even for spiritual reasons. We can't know for sure. Archaeologists have found skulls from 7,000 years ago with smooth, round holes, evidence that these surgeries worked. Some patients survived for years afterward. Therefore, despite having no metal, no anesthesia, and no modern medicine, these people were careful, precise, and surprisingly skilled. Their tools were simple: flint blades, stones, and bone. But simple didn't mean careless. They observed, tested, and learned which cuts healed and which killed. Every success meant knowledge passed forward. Every failure left lessons behind. Imagine the tension in the room, the patient lying still, the healer's hand steady, the village silent with fear. One wrong move could mean death, but they tried anyway, and sometimes, miraculously, they succeeded. If you were in that room, would you have stayed calm or panicked? Type your answer below. I want to know how you'd react in the face of life and death. Some researchers argue these surgeries were spiritual rituals. Others insist they were early medicine. The truth might be somewhere in between. People didn't perform surgery for fun. They did it because someone they loved depended on them. Therefore, every cut carried hope, fear, and determination. And there's another layer. Evidence shows post-surgery care. Herbs, bandages, and long recovery periods. These weren't random acts. They were part of a system of care. That shows intelligence, patience, and respect for life, qualities we sometimes assume only belong to modern humans. Think about it. They didn't have microscopes or antibiotics. They relied on observation, patience, and trial and error. Yet somehow, they saved lives. Somehow, they gave people a second chance, a chance that would be impossible for most of us to imagine surviving today. The real lesson isn't just that they could perform surgery. It's that human courage, curiosity, and determination existed long before modern science. Those hands, guided by observation and instinct, left a mark, not just on the skull, but on history itself. Close your eyes for a second. Imagine that hut. The firelight flickers on rough walls. The healer's hands steady over the patient. The village holding its breath. That single moment between life and death is what connects us to the humans who lived 7,000 years ago. We often think of history as distant or primitive. But this story reminds us our ancestors were not less intelligent. They were brave, observant, and creative. They risked everything to save someone they loved. If you were there, would you have let them operate? Why or why not? Comment below. I read every response. If you found this story fascinating, check out my video, When People Believed Diamonds Could Heal the Sick, next. It dives into another unbelievable piece of history that will leave you amazed.